Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Steelbook edition of Dragonslayer. Dragonslayer is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Paramount. It comes in a slipcover edition as well as a non-exclusive Steelbook, both available at your local and online retailers. Now, when you look back at the 80s, in my opinion, it really was the golden age of fantasy films. Much like how comic book movies are, made today, I feel the 80s really did that for fantasy. I mean, you have Conan the Barbarian, Legend, Neverending Story, Excalibur, and many, many more. And I've often heard that Dragonslayer is more or less a cult film, but in my circles that I've traveled in, it's held in very high regard. I was about 7 or 8 when I first saw this one, and it has stayed with me ever since. It's been a favorite of mine. I mean, it's got magic. It has one of the best on-screen dragons, of any age. And really, it also has a subtle humor to it. Not a lot of people pick up on. But, for me, I enjoy all those aspects. It's beautifully shot. It has some good talent, there. I mean, this isn't Shakespeare, let's be honest. But I think, really, the movie is so much better than I feel that the general audience even knows about. I love the world this movie inhabits. The locations are gorgeous. The set pieces are great. Can you imagine if this movie was made today? Nothing would be real. I mean, I'm thinking Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania levels. Like, that's what it would look like. And don't even get me started on the story. I mean, the ticking of boxes that would go on would just, I don't know. I think that this movie is absolutely something worth revisiting, going back to. If you've never seen it and you want a good old-fashioned fantasy film, check this one out. I do highly recommend it, and I think you'll come away appreciating it just like I do. All right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment, but first, let's do a quick unboxing of the Steelbook. Okay, we have the 4K Ultra HD non-exclusive Steelbook edition of Dragonslayer. It does come with a slipcover, which, the artwork should be very familiar. Yeah, I like it, but let's check out the rest. And then we have underneath, and I really love the art. I think, honestly, this is probably my favorite Steel so far of 2023. Really nice, and just no artwork on the disc, just some lettering. But yeah, I mean, really very cool Steelbook from Paramount. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Dragonslayer on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 2:3:9:1 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution and graded with both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Now, according to the release notes, this 4K is a result of a full restoration that was approved by the film's director. The finished quality is nothing short of stunning. It seems that most, if not all, source blemishes and imperfections were removed, leaving a very clean-looking picture. The clarity in this 4K transfer cannot be understated. Film grain is very fine and looks nicely cinematic. By some miracle, it does not appear that the typical Paramount DNR scrubbing was utilized. Well, mostly. During the climax, it seems that some of the optical shots may have been smoothed over with some processing. Aside from that, the picture doesn't look as if it's been negatively tampered with. The 4K resolution does a wonderful job showcasing all manner of detail. Facial features, clothing, set pieces, landscapes are all wonderfully realized. The close-ups of the dragon, when the practical effect is used, is unmatched in detail when compared to the CGI that would be utilized today. It's real, you can physically touch it, and here it is in all its 4K glory. The addition of Dolby Vision doesn't reinvent the film's color palette, but it refines it in a way that will please longtime fans of the movie. Torchlight illuminates the screen boldly, as does the magical stone Galen wears throughout the film. The biggest visual pop certainly belongs to Fire, both Dragon and the green magical variety. Landscapes are also visually breathtaking. Even when a scene has a drab-looking color palette, it still comes off well with the grading. Black levels are penetratingly deep with excellent nighttime scenes and atmospheric dark interiors. No unnatural elevation could be seen or any hint of black crush. The deep bowels of the Dragonslayer are appropriately shadowed, and when illuminated by the fire, it looks so good on this 4K. Dragonslayer on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a brand new Dolby Atmos audio mix. Wait a minute, a Paramount catalog title with an upgraded Atmos, and it's actually good? I never thought I would see the day. Okay, joking aside, this is really an outstanding audio for a fantasy film of this caliber. The use of the height channels could just as easily been a simple expansion of dynamic range, but there is a fair amount of discrete activity up there. Overhead dragon flight, the crashing of the boulders onto the entrance of its lair, the interior of said lair all have terrific audio cues that help envelop the listener. Of course, occasional ambient effects, the score can also populate the height space, but the overall experience is that much better for it. In-film ambience makes great use of the mid-level and rears, and it's very plentiful. The audio cues are pretty consistent and add to the overall immersion. Subwoofer activity is very robust. Dragon action, roars, fire bursts hit with authority. The scene I mentioned earlier involving the falling rubble also hits pretty hard. As a whole, the LFE is very hard hitting despite the age of the film. Up front, things sound pretty good with the audio providing great fidelity. In-film dialogue is perfectly clear and sounds excellent. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Dragonslayer on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray a solid A. The 4K transfer is more than I could have possibly hoped for and a very welcome surprise. Given Paramount's recent history with catalog titles, this is something that I'm very happy with the results in. Colors receive an appreciable boost and the clarity in the image is undeniable. This 80s fantasy film has never looked better. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one an A as well. Upgrading the audio to an Atmos track is, in my opinion, an inspired decision. Much of the surround space is used very effectively, ambience sounds great and filling, and the level of immersion is really good. This is how you handle a classic fantasy film audio-wise. So that is my review of Dragonslayer on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in a copy for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link for both the slipcover and steelbook in the comment section below. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But if you have the new 4K disc already, let's talk about it. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.